Hello everyone. Welcome to our 22nd lecture. In this lecture, we'll see numerical solution of swing equation. It is also called as point by point solution of swing equation. Okay, that means small changes in the del we are considering here. Small changes in the del or small changes in the time. Okay, that time interval is fixed, is constant throughout the period. Okay, so that's why it is called as step by step method, or it is called as point by point method. Okay, now we'll say it. In most of the practical system, after machine lumping has done, there are still more than two machines to be considered from the point of view of system stability. What is this machine lumping? What do you mean by this machine lumping? Okay, what we'll do, we'll consider in a system, suppose we are having 3 to 4 generators. That group of generator will consider as a one machine system. While at other end, if we are having two motors and one generator, then that will consider as a equivalent motor. That means group of generator will consider as a equivalent generator, while group of motors will consider as a one machine, that is equivalent motor. That means this is called as lumping of the machine. Okay, so in most of the practical, after even after doing the lumping, there are still more than two machines to be considered from the point of view of system stability. So therefore, there is no choice to solve the swing equation of each machine by the numerical technique on the digital computer. Okay, so what is the need to solve the swing equation? What is the need to solve the swing equation for each machine? Because we have to find out del CR, critical clearing angle, as well as TCR, critical clearing time. What is the advantage of this, or why we need to calculate this del CR and TCR? Okay, as we know, d del by dt. Okay, d del by dt, if the changes in the del is zero, then system is stable. Changes in the del is zero, then system is stable. Okay, now if so, for this, why we want, due to any disturbance, due to, uh, we know this is m d2 del by dt square. M d2 del by dt square is equal to PA. This PA is PM minus PE. Okay. Now, due to fault, what happens? This PE changes. We know this is constant. This is our assumption. This PE changes. As this PE changes, this PA will change. As this PA will change, what will happen? This PA will change. This PA will change our angle del. Angle del. Okay. Now, if this change in angle is beyond this del CR, the system will become unstable. Okay, so that means disturbances means what? Fault. Okay, and disturbances means fault. Okay, so that fault must be cleared before this TCR. Okay, so our protective system is designed considering this TCR. Okay, the relay operating time must be less than TCR, critical clearing time. If it is greater than TCR, the system will be unstable. So the relay will clear that fault before this critical clearing time, before reaching that angle del CR. If fault is clear, then the system is stable. That's why we need to find out this del CR and TCR. Del CR will get from the equal area criteria. We have seen in earlier lectures that del CR we can find out from equal area criteria. But for finding out TCR, we need to calculate, or we need to solve the swing equation of each machine, because from equal area criteria we are not getting TCR. Even in case of single machine tied to infinite bus bar, the critical clearing time cannot be obtained from equal area criteria, and we have to make this calculation numerically through swing equation. Therefore, there are different methods, sophisticated methods are available for the solution of swing equation. That is, first method is this method, numerical solution of swing equation. Second is Rangakutta method, this is powerful method. And third one is modified Euler's method. Okay, here we will discuss about the point by point method of solution, which is conventional approximate method. Approximate method like all numerical methods, but a well tried and proven one. We shall illustrate the point by point method for one machine tied to infinite bus. The procedure is however general and can be applied to every machine of multi-machine system. Here what we have considered uniform time interval. Okay, that means del t is uniform throughout the period. Now considering this equation, considering our swing equation m, this is our m d2 del by dt square is pa by m. It is pa by m. Okay, m is gh by pi f in periodic system, m is equal to h by pi f. Now as this is our numerical solution, this we have to discretize this equation. The solution del of t is obtained at discrete interval of time with interval spread of del t uniform throughout. Okay, we know this is continuous, this equation, this curve is continuous. So you can see we have p versus pa versus del t by del t curve, omega versus t by del t curve. Okay, now here we can see it is continuous curve. Okay, so we have to discretize it. Okay, we have to discretize it. So how to discretize? First we'll consider the accelerating power pa computed at the beginning of an interval is assumed to remain constant from the middle of the preceding interval to the middle of the interval being considered as shown in figure. Now what it is showing, what it is telling, the pa computed at the beginning, pa is constant from the middle of the preceding interval to the middle of the present interval. Okay, so middle of the preceding interval means what? Suppose this is our interval n minus 2 and n minus 1. Okay, so middle of this interval is this. Okay, this, so this is constant, this is constant, although it is not constant, this is constant from this period middle of the preceding interval to the middle of the present interval. Okay, so this pa is constant during this interval. Okay, although it is, you can see, let me take the another pen, it is changing. Okay, earlier it is greater, then it is less, so it is changing, but still what we have assumed, we have assumed it is to be constant to discretize it. Okay, now second is the angular velocity, angular rotor velocity omega d del by dt over and above synchronous velocity omega s is assumed constant throughout any interval. Okay, what here we have considered, the angular velocity is constant. Suppose here we have, I am considering this interval n minus 1 and n. Okay, here you can see this omega is constant, that is omega n minus 1 by 2. Okay, here omega is again constant, it is omega n minus 3 by 2. It is constant from the interval n minus 2 to n minus 1. Okay, so this is our second assumption, although it is not constant, still we are assuming to be constant. Now md2, we have seen this is our swing equation. We know that md2 del by dt square pm minus p is pa. Now if by integrating on the both side we will get integration d del by dt square is equal to integration from t1 to t pa by m, so it is d del by dt pa by m del t. This is our, this is our omega, this is our omega, it is pa by m del t, pa by m del t. This is our second equation, this is our first equation. Okay, remember this. Okay, again we will consider this. Okay, then in this method, in this point by point solution, we have considered three curves. What are that three curves? First curve is accelerated power variation, that is pa versus pa with respect to t by del t. Here we can see on y axis it is pa, on x axis it is t by del t. Okay, on x axis this is t by del t. Okay, why? If we are considering, if I am considering different intervals. Okay, different intervals, that means suppose t is from, t is different interval, nth interval t, and we are considering it is del t. Okay, so t by del t, it is t by del t. Okay, and we'll considering different intervals, so here it will be nth interval, this will be n minus 1 interval, and this will be n minus 2 interval. Okay, so it is t by del t. Okay, time is n into del t. Okay, so accelerated power on x-axis there will be t by del t. Okay. Now second curve which we are consider is omega. Okay, omega versus t by del t, and third curve is del versus t by del t. Now here you can see what here pa is decreasing. You can see pa is decreasing. I will tell why pa is decreasing. Here omega is increasing. Okay, and del is also increasing. Okay, now what is this? Okay, these three curves we have considered. Okay, now what is this? Pa is decreasing means we know m is equal to m d2 del by dt square is equal to pm minus pe is equal to pa. अब ये यहाँ पे जो पी ए दिया है ये क्या है पी एम माइनस पी. ओके, सो व्हाट इफ ड्यू टू एनी डिस्टर्बेंस दिस पी ए विल चेंज. ओके, अब पी ए चेंज होता है मीन्स पीई चेंज होता है. पी इज अवर पी मैक्स इंटू साइन डेल. It is non-linear differential equation. It is non-linear differential equation. P max into sin del. If this PA changing means what? Due to disturbance, this PE changing. This change in P, because this is constant, PM is constant. This is our assumption in transient stability. Once mechanical input is changed, it is assumed to be constant. So this is constant. As due to this, PA will change. Okay, now what will happen as soon as fault occur? As soon as fault occur, this PA will change. Okay, now due to this del will go on increasing. If del increases means these P will increase. It is P max into del increases, so this P will also increase. Del increases, so P will increase. This P will increase. This P will increasing. This is constant, so PA will decrease. Got it? So that's why suppose at 0th instant fault is occurred, then PA will go on decreasing. Okay. Now omega. What is this omega? Omega is it is difference between rotor speed minus synchronous speed. At initially both speeds are equal, so this is 0. Okay, now due to disturbance there is certain change in this rotor speed. There is certain change in omega. Okay, it is omega r minus, it is omega r minus omega s. Okay, so as this is changing, so now this synchronous speed, what we are getting, this 0 we want. Okay, at stable operation, 0 we want this. Due to changes in pa, this speed also increasing, angular velocity or angular omega changes. Okay, this goes on increasing. This goes on increasing while its slope decreases. You can see this slope decreases. Okay, as we know this pe is p max into sine of del. Pe increase, this pe increases as del increases, so del goes on increasing. Del goes on increasing. Okay, now if suppose if this fault is not cleared before this del cr, then the system will become unstable. Del will go on increasing, it will try to reach this del cr. Okay, if fault is cleared before del cr, then the system is stable. If it's not clear, system will become unstable. Okay, so these three curves we are considering here. Okay, pa versus t by del t, omega versus t by del t, and del versus t by del t. Change in speed with respect to changing speed with respect to t by del t, change in load angle with respect to t by del t, accelerated power with respect to t by del t. Okay, just now I told just now I had told it is pa n minus. Pa is accelerated power p max into sine of del. This del n minus 1, suppose del 0, if we are considering initial angle del 0, so del 0 is our initial angle. That means if del nth interval I am considering as the last interval, so initial interval is 0th. Okay, if only initial and final I am considering, then del 0 is our initial interval, so this is our known value. So n minus interval is known. Okay, at n minus 1 interval, del n minus 1 is known. That means this del 0 is initial value we are knowing. We know this del n minus 1. This PA n minus 1 is a constant from n minus 3 by 2 to n minus 1 by 2. Now we will see here what is this. If suppose I am considering, if suppose I am considering this PA n minus 1 is constant from n minus, here is n minus 3 by 2, here is n minus 1 by 2. This is PA. Okay, it is constant from the middle of the preceding interval to the middle of the next interval. Okay, so this is constant from this value, middle of this interval to the middle of the next interval, so it is del t. Okay, so n minus, it is constant from n minus 3 by 2 to n minus 1 by 2. Got it? Now during n minus 3 by 2 to n minus 1 by 2, omega changes. Now during this period, omega changes from, omega will change from, omega will change from n minus 3 to, we will consider this, it will change from this value to this value. It will shift from n omega n minus 3 by 2 to omega n minus 1 by 2. It will shift during this interval. Okay, so it will change, it will increase. Okay, now by equation 2, what is our equation second? What is our equation second? This is omega, omega is equal to Pa by m into del t. Okay, Pa by m into del t. So we'll put that here, omega is equal to del t by Pa by m del t. Now n minus 1, for n minus 1 initial interval, we know it, initial interval is Pa n minus 1. So from this it is omega n minus 3 by 2 and omega n minus 1 by 2 to omega n minus 3 by 2. Okay, from this is our del t. Okay, now from this interval to this interval, from this interval to this interval, from omega n minus 3 by 2 to omega n minus 2. Okay, if I am considering this, then this is our omega n. Okay, this is our del t. Okay, this is our del t. Again from n minus 2 to n minus 1, del changes from, अब del का देखना पड़ेगा, del changes from del n minus 2 to del n minus 1. Okay, change in del n minus 1 is del n minus 1 minus del n minus 2 and n, अब ये देखेंगे हम del का देखेंगे ना. Now we'll consider del. Now for here del, अब देखो, अब del का कहाँ से, यही इंटरवल, यही अगर इंटरवल हमने लिया n माइनस 2 और n माइनस 2, तो ये कहाँ से चेंज हो रहा है, फाइनल माइनस इनिशियल. ओके, ये फाइनल माइनस इनिशियल, तो ये यहाँ से ये वाला इंटरवल अगर कंसिडर किया तो ये डेल n माइनस 1 से शिफ्ट हो गया है डेल n तक. ओके, डेल n माइनस 2 से शिफ्ट हुआ डेल n माइनस 1 तक. ठीक है, ये है, दिस इज अवर डेल टी, दिस इज अवर डेल टी. ओके, दिस इज अबाउट डेल. अब डेल का देखेंगे, हमने ओमेगा का देख लिया, पी ए का देख लिया. अगेन फ्रॉम n माइनस 2 टू n माइनस 1, डेल चेंजेस फ्रॉम डेल n माइनस 1 n माइनस 2. देखो n माइनस 2 और n माइनस 2, n माइनस 1 एंड n माइनस 2 देखा. दिस इज अवर डेल, अरे पेन, हाँ, डेल n माइनस 1 माइनस डेल n माइनस 2. ठीक है, उसके बाद में है डेल n माइनस डेल n माइनस 1. ओके, ठीक है. अब देखो, ये है चेंजेस इन द डेल. चेंजेस इन द डेल कितना आया है, ये है, ये हमने लिख के रखा है, हमने अभी देखा वो. फ्रॉम n माइनस 2 टू n माइनस, ओमेगा इज कांस्टेंट. अब ये भी देखा हमने, n माइनस 2 टू n माइनस 1, ओमेगा इज कांस्टेंट. ये भी देखेंगे, वापस देखते हैं। ओमेगा इज इक्वल टू डी डेल बाय डी टी मीन्स डेल्टा डेल बाय डेल्टा टी, डेल्टा डेल बाय डेल्टा टी। अब डेल्टा डेल बाय डेल्टा टी, सो वी कैन राइट डेल्टा डेल इज इक्वल टू ओमेगा इंटू डेल टी, वी कैन राइट ओमेगा इंटू डेल टी। तो डेल्टा डेल इसकी वैल्यू ऊपर से मिल गई, वो यहाँ पे लिखी हमने। ओमेगा की वैल्यू, ओमेगा की वैल्यू ये वाली लिखी और इंटू डेल टी। अब ये जो इंटरवल है डेल्टा एन माइनस वन माइनस डेल्टा एन माइनस टू, इसके बीच में ओमेगा की वैल्यू कितनी है ये हमको देखना है। सो लेट्स सी एन माइनस डेल्टा एन माइनस वन और डेल्टा एन माइनस टू, व्हाट वी हैव टू सी डेल्टा एन माइनस वन एंड डेल्टा एन माइनस टू, ये इंटरवल देखना है। सो विल गो नेक्स्ट स्लाइड, अभी यहीं पे देखेंगे हम। ओके, नाउ सी हियर डेल्टा एन माइनस वन एंड डेल्टा एन माइनस टू, ठीक है, ये वाला। नाउ हियर व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ ओमेगा, दिस ओमेगा इज कांस्टेंट, this is omega n minus 3 by 2 from start of the interval to the end of the interval. Okay, now if I am considering next delta n and delta n minus 1, now for this case again omega is constant, omega n minus 2, you can see now this is delta n और यहाँ पे डेल्टा एन माइनस वन माइनस डेल्टा एन माइनस टू, ठीक है, दिस इज डेल्टा एन माइनस डेल्टा एन माइनस वन, ठीक है। Here what is the value of omega in this case and what is the value of omega? It is constant and it is this value that we have to consider. Okay, so that value from n minus 2 to n minus 1 omega is constant, that already we have seen. N minus n to n omega is constant, that already we have seen. Now we'll put that value in this equation, that is our equation number 4. Okay, and then we'll put next interval, that will be equation number 5. Equation 5 minus 4, this is our next equation. Okay, equation 5 minus 4. Now put the values of omega n minus 1 to and omega from equation 3. Now this value we are getting. Okay, okay, अच्छा यहाँ पे देखो हमको ये वैल्यू मिल गई है, तो ये वैल्यू, ये जो दिस इक्वेशन we can put the value of this from equation number 3. We can put the value of this from equation 3. Okay, we can put, okay, put the value of this value from equation 3. What is our equation 3? अभी देखा था ना हमने, this is our equation 3. So put this value in the equation number, that sixth equation, or that equation what we have got, this is our sixth equation. Okay, you can write here equation number 6, put in 6. Then if you solve this, we are getting this equation, delta del n is equal to delta n minus 1 plus pa n minus 1 upon m into delta t square. Okay, from this, if you know the value of delta del n, we can find out, this we know, this we have calculated, we can find out del n, change in angle del n. Okay, so this is complete diagram of that 3 curves, first curve, second curve and third curve. Okay, we have considered this interval, and then we have considered this interval. Okay, and during this period, what is the value of this omega n? Okay, now combined equation, how we have solved that already I have told you, still I am revising it. In figure 12.38, numbering of t by del t axis pertains to end of interval. At the end of interval n minus 1th interval, the accelerating power pa n minus 1, this is our known value, where del n minus 1 has been previously calculated. The change in velocity omega is equal to d del by dt caused by pa n minus 1. Assume constant over del t from n minus 3 by 2 to n minus 1 by 2. Okay, now this we have considered from the equation number 3. Okay, omega n minus 1 by 2 minus omega n minus 3 by 2 del t upon pa n minus 1. The change in del during the n minus 1 interval is delta n minus 1. It is delta n minus 1 minus delta n minus 2. Okay, this del t into omega n minus 3 by 2, because this is constant. This omega n is constant during this interval. Okay, and during the nth interval, during this n minus 1 interval, this this value is constant. Okay, now during nth interval this value is constant. Okay, now subtracting this 12.70 minus from equation 12.69, we will get this delta n. Now if once we will get delta del n, we can by using we can calculate delta n. This is our aim. Okay, once we have calculated, we can find out delta n. And once we have find out this delta n, what we are getting. Now you will ask me the last question, how we are getting tcr. Okay, once we have find out this change in delta n. Okay, now what, this is delta n minus 2, delta n minus 1, delta n. Okay, once we are getting this final, we can get this time, we can get this particular time at that interval. Okay, we will get this time. Okay, this interval must be small. The smaller the interval, greater will be the accuracy. So once this will get del, we can get t. Okay, because it is del t curve, del versus t curve. So del मिल गया तो हमको t मिल जाएगा, मतलब del n मिल गया तो टी एन मिल जाएगा, तो फिर लास्ट TCR हमको निकालते आएगा. ठीक है, सो दिस इज अवर न्यूमेरिकल सॉल्यूशन ऑफ स्विंग इक्वेशन. ठीक है, अच्छा, one thing is remaining in this. The process of computation is now repeated to obtain pa at nth interval, delta del n plus 1 interval, and delta n plus 1. Okay, the time solution is discrete form is thus carried out over the desired length of time, normally 0.5 seconds. Continuous form of solution is obtained by drawing a smooth curve through discrete value as shown in figure. तो smooth निकालने के बाद में हमको join करके हमको values tc at particular value of del, what is the value of t, that we will get. Greater accuracy of the solution can be achieved by reducing the time duration of interval. The occurrence of removal of fault or initiation of any switching event causes the discontinuity in the accelerating power. Okay, what will happen, as I told, pa is equal to pm minus pe. Due to discontinuity or due to fault, this pe changes, this pa will change. If such discontinuity occurs at the beginning of the interval, then the average, what we are taking, this is important word, average of the values of pa before and after the discontinuity must be used. So if such discontinuity occurs at the beginning of the interval, then average must be taken. Thus the computing the increment of angle occurring during the first interval after a fault is applied at t equal to 0. So here pa plus, okay, so this equation, this 12.71 becomes delta del 1 delta t square upon m plus pa preceding the fault. Okay, uh, before fault, what is the value of pa, that we have to consider. Pa 0 plus divided by 2. Okay, the average we will consider. Okay, where pa 0 plus is the accelerating power immediately after the occurrence of the fault, immediately after the occurrence of fault. Let me take the pen tool so that I can tell you. immediately after the occurrence of fault. Immediately before the fault, the system is steady state. Before fault, it is steady state. After fault, it is disturbance. So PA 0 plus PA 0 minus is 0 and del 0 is known value. If the fault is clear at the beginning of the nth interval, in calculation for this interval, one should use PA n minus 1. Okay, the value average we have to take. The value 1 by 2 PA n minus 1 minus preceding the fault plus PA n minus 1 after the fault divided by 2, where PA n minus 1 is the accelerating point immediately clearing the before clearing, and PA n minus 1 is immediately after the clearing the fault. Okay, minus is before clearing and just before the uh, fault occurred. Okay, just before the clearing, and plus is just after the fault cleared. Okay, if discontinue occurs in the middle of the interval, no special procedure is needed. ये प्रोसीजर कहाँ लगती है? सिर्फ बिगिनिंग में ही अगर तुम्हारा बिगिनिंग में ही अगर हमारा डिसकंटिन्यूटी आती है तो ही हमको एवरेज लेने की जरूरत पड़ती है, अदरवाइज नॉट नीडेड. नो स्पेशल प्रोसीजर इज नीडेड. द इंक्रीमेंट ऑफ एंगल ड्यूरिंग सच एन इंटरवल इज कैलकुलेटेड एज यूजुअल from the value of PA at the beginning of the interval. Okay, thank you very much.